Yo, famo, what's up everyone? I trust you're all having a wonderful evening. Trust the family's well and all is growing well with you. Something happened to me earlier today that it happens frequently, but it was just very symbolic of the times we're in right now and what's going on in the world. Now, I was out in the garden training, and I usually stand barefoot when I do my training sessions, right? So I'm standing barefoot on the grass doing my work, as I do energy work internally. And on the ground, there's the grass, and it's Costa Rica, so there's ants crawling around on the ground, right? Plenty of ants crawling around on the ground, and these ants bite. So I'm standing barefoot on the grass now, doing my energy work peacefully, and boom, bite on my foot, the ant. Ow! Pat! He's gone, brushed him away. Get back to doing it. Another bite, bang. And so the purpose of me saying this is that if we look at the state of what's going on in the world right now, and a clear, can I say, imposition from the greater control structure on the people who are smaller, the little people within the societies, we could liken that onto me being the guy on the grass, the ants home, standing right where they live, and them coming and biting me and me moving away. Now, we may think that we're too small and insignificant or unable or weak to do anything that's going to be able to stop a big government from doing whatever they want, be it whatever they're trying to do, whatever all of the things that people are saying are going on right now, them wanting to forcefully vaccinate, them wanting to microchip, them wanting to, you know, really just lock down all your freedoms and take control over everything. We think that that's too big a situation for us to deal with, right? And so therefore we shrink and go into our little boxes and hide and, you know, hope it all goes away. But now if we go to the relation of the situation with the ants today, they didn't do that. Compared to them, I can crush them in a second. Easy, easy, bring it on. Right? But nevertheless, they're biting my foot, and I leave. Just like that. So, with the way things are going on in the world right now, we have to be willing to stand up. Especially if you know truth. Especially if you know what's real and you know what's really going on. We have to be willing to stand and speak on it. Address it. And when situations arise before us, we cannot fall and succumb to them. We must rise and bite the foot out of that giant, just like the ant. You feel me? And like that, that giant's gonna bounce. It's gonna leave. Nobody wants their foot bitten. You see? And this is where we have to come into a reality and a perspective of seeing of who we are that goes beyond the physical too. Because if we think that we're just some little human body that can get apprehended or destroyed or wiped out of existence by this greater force than us, of course we're going to seek to survive and keep our body safe and take it away from harm and danger and whatnot, because we think that's what we are. But when we truly devote ourselves to realizing that if you have a heartbeat and a mind and a breath and awareness, the very faculties that make life even possible in your physical body, you have the creator with you. You have the supreme power that is governing all of creation and existence right with you. You have to. Otherwise, what causes creation to unfold through the bodies couldn't even be. Alright? Instantly we know we're something beyond the limitations. So the spiritual path and the spiritual journey now, as it will be called, is simply to focus in on this element of self or being that is that part that's beyond, and committing our lives to living this way though, learning about this, growing in this to the point where it becomes irrefutable and we have no fear for anything out here, because we know that this is a secondary appearance that comes after what happens inside of us. And this way we get to rise in our own authority or power and authority and power and fearlessness. And you know you cannot be touched by anything out there. And even if you are, even if that body gets taken away, you still have not been touched. And when we know ourselves beyond the flesh, we can start to walk in this knowing, experiencing life beyond the body. When you start to have these experiences and awarenesses whilst in the physical, it gives you less of a fear of what is going to happen to the physical, so you can live physically more boldly, so it seems, but you're just coming from a deeper internal space. So now when all of these beings are out there trying to do what they're doing to suppress you, that's like the giant. I was the giant today, doing my training work, doing my activation exercises on the grass, what I do every rising, facing Ra, and I was barefoot. So being barefoot now, there's ants on the grass, little ants scurrying around, and the ants out here bite. They don't play. And they bit me on my foot, and what did I do? I ran away. Me, a big giant. Look, an ant is less of a size than this seed right here in my hand. Behold. Oh, it fell. Fortunately, we got more. But look at this. Compared to an ant, which is either the size of this or smaller, this big giant, ran away. Literally, not running like, but you know, just, I wanted to be there, but I ran from my station. I moved from my station because of their presence and their preference. And it's the same thing that's going to happen to this control structure when we realize and start working like the ants do. You see? So this is the whole purpose of truly devoting to your process and practice of internal energy and mind management. Because when you can manage your internal energy and your mind and your heart and your vibration, you walk as the creator then. That's how this being gets to literally live through you. Oh my goodness, and your vibration is so different. You're living on a whole different station now. We call this the SSCI, the Station of Supreme Creative Intelligence. You're living here, you're vibrating this. This is your tone, this is your frequency, and you've instantly elevated yourself to a realm that's higher and above and beyond, again, the external appearances in the physical. And as we learn to live from this space, we lose that fear of anything happening to our mortality, and we can be brave like those ants and take out anything or anyone that tries to dance on our space. And even if the body gets taken away as a result of standing up and defending what is right and pure and true, honor will be bestowed unto you. And when you leave this body, you will have a far greater experience spiritually than the ones who ran away and tried to, you know, self-preserve out of fear. That's a whole spirit in and of itself. And when they leave here, they're going to have to go to a world where that is what is done. And they're going to have to overcome that. And anything else that's not overcome here will have to be overcome there. So the key is to start living there. And I say there, I just mean beyond this physical thought of this being doing what we are. And as we start to live from beyond this space, whilst in this space, we command it. This is why I say we're the governments, governing our minds, governing our heart, governing our energy, governing our movements in life, and coming collectively together to do this. This is where the power is, yo. Why are the ants able to do that? Because they're on a mission. They got a hive to protect. They got a hive to provide for. They got a reason to live and be bold and brave. And so we must become the same. Anyway, thank you everybody who's joined for me to explain this as the live video that it has become. Please share, because I feel this is crucial information and intelligence that we must hold in order to really unfold who we're supposed to be beyond this illusion and upkeep the principles and values of life alive in the face of something that only seeks to bring death. Solar Omniversity, if you enjoy this and you'd like to see more videos, go ahead over to the YouTube channel. We've got a whole load of videos on there, like 90 something videos on there now. And yeah, if you'd like to build one-to-one and really learn to grow, to become strong inside out, be in touch with me. I build with people on the inboxes all day. We've got a few Supreme Mastermind members that we've been going and growing with. So let's keep rising, yo. Let's keep rising. Thank you.